7 o'clock, I'll call the Oxford Planning Board meeting on Monday, January 11th, 2021 to order. I'll first read Governor Baker's proclamation pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting bylaw, open meeting law, general law, chapter 30A, section 18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order concerning imposition on strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. Meetings in the town of Oxford will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. We will strive to provide access to such meetings via a link to call in or other similar option. In the event we are unable to accommodate the same, despite best efforts, we will post recorded sessions of the meeting as soon as possible following the same. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings. And now I will call for a roll call of members of the planning board to order. My name is Richard Escolas. I'm here. Jeff?
Jeff Stafford here.
Norman?
Norman LeBlanc.
Greg?
Here, Craig Holmberg.
Dale?
Dale Mahota, I'm here.
And Christine Bird.
Christine Bird, I'm here.
Okay, got 6 out of 7 members here tonight. First on the agenda, we have plans not requiring subdivision approval. We have one. I'll turn that over to us subcommittee chairperson, Jeff Stafford.
Okay. The applicant is David Kowalski. The mailing address is 41 Hudson Road, Oxford, Mass. The survey is Kevin Jarvis of Jarvis Land Surveying. The property information is assessors map number 25, parcel B 13-06. The zoning district is at R1. The proposed number of lots is 1. All right. And it looks like he's just, combining his 2 lots to make a larger lot off of Hudson Road.
Yeah.
Looks pretty straightforward.
Mr.
Yeah,
Chairman,
I had concerns because I thought if they were eliminating that line, they should have phantomized it and or dotted dashed it or whatever. But what they put is a big Z.
Right.
I don't know if that's standard or what, but that I guess eliminates that lot line.
Right. I do like it on the plans. It does say that the combining lots want to form an undivided lot. I mean, that is on the plan.
Yeah, that's where I interpreted what the big Z meant.
Right.
Jeff, can I ask a question?
Sure.
How much frontage is left on Hudson Road?
Left on it in front there after that?
Right, remaining. I know it doesn't say it on the plan.
It definitely doesn't say it on the plan, but I mean, they definitely have plenty of frontage once they combine. I mean, it's over. Just lot 1 was 150 feet.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
and then
asking about how much is remaining
Remaining.
on the other side of lot 2.
Oh, okay. Paved code bill. Yeah, it's not listed on there, Craig, and I don't.
You kind of have to know that, right?
Not on the other side. We need to know on the side that the lot's facing.
What?
We need to know what the frontage for what it's facing.
I'm talking about the remaining land, so you don't.
He's talking about the backland on the other side of lot 2. Usually there's a note on there that says
Oh, okay.
frontage remaining on Hudson Road. You look at the
Okay, I see. Yeah,
locus map, it shows there is something.
yeah.
I don't know how much because
It doesn't say
They
it.
really don't have lot 2 scribed in there.
No.
Is anybody here from the applicant?
No,
I don't know, there's a phone number on here that I don't recognize. I invited the applicant, or I invited Glenn Kowalski, the applicant's brother.
Cousin.
Cousin. Yeah,
Cousin?
cousin. Yeah.
But I don't see anybody here.
I mean, just my opinion, I think we need to know that. I mean, you guys can do what you want, but
Right.
I think it's kind of important.
Well, wait, I got a question. Why do we need to know that? Well, we need to know what they're asking to break off,
Right.
but we've never asked anybody before to put what they don't own. We're
Right.
looking at an A&R lot.
Oh, because in this case, they're combining, they're not creating a new lot, they're combining 2 existing
Yeah.
lots.
All right, so
So is there currently a lot 2 and lot 1 signed by the planning board at the registry?
I would assume so.
I don't believe so.
So,
No,
so
No.
Norman,
that's-
Norman, the reason why I asked is
They
because
can't hear me.
if there's 40 feet of frontage, then you're creating an unbuildable lot, right?
correct.
And you,
Creating almost landlocked backland. That's what you.
so that's not a problem?
It is for them if they want to develop the land in the back.
oh, yeah, we're not
Remember, we're not
saying,
approving, we're not saying these lots are buildable.
Right.
They're breaking off the lot. If it doesn't meet the specs, then they're the ones that are gonna be in trouble.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
I mean,
not,
I think Greg makes a good point. I think if we want to be, do a courtesy for them to say, listen, do you realize that doing it this way, you make the backland undevelopable? Because you need
Right.
50 feet, right? I guess it would be a pork chop lot, as long as they got 4.5 acres. So I think that affects them, Greg, more than us, but
So on the town's A&R application, one of the boxes, and it was checked by the applicant, in the case of creation of a new lot, all the remaining contiguous land area and frontage of the land in the ownership of the applicant shall be shown. Do we have that on the application and we don't really care?
we've never done it before, but that doesn't mean we've been doing it right.
right.
I think you bring up a good point. If it's on the application, either we get rid of it or we enforce it, I guess. I don't, I mean, I've been on the board almost 15 years. We've never done that, but that doesn't mean, maybe we've overlooked it for 15 years.
I don't think we have. I think they usually put down there how much remaining frontage the,
Yeah, usually in.
has.
in
I
that-
think it's because on the scale they used, they ran out of paper. Okay, they did put the owner, it's the same owner that owns all the way around this land on 2 sides, 3 sides, but they don't state
Right.
the remaining frontage like Craig is saying, but
If you'd
So,
like, I can look at the
I-
zoning
uh,
map.
Yeah.
it's Glenn Kowalski trying to get into the meeting.
Oh,
Hi,
okay.
Glenn.
I was on earlier and I had to hang up because you couldn't hear me talk. I hit the *6 or #6 3 times. So I hung up and just came back in one more time. I was
Okay.
there at the beginning.
Okay.
okay.
As far as ownership of other property, Mr. Kowalski, he's my cousin, and he does own, if you're looking at the assessor's maps by chance, I know it's not the ultimate here, but he owns all the way around the corner to across from the Sapuka house. Another, I don't have a scaled route, about another 450 feet beyond this. And this lot also that he's, so that be the point. He owns considerable more frontage along Hudson Road going in the northern direction. This is a scaled plan. I'll scale it out to it's a 1 inch goes 200 the best, but I know we have enough frontage. Mr. Jarvis, that was a question to him, to ensure that we weren't making, even though we're not going to be, we weren't making a non-buildable lot by adding this this square footage, which again, as you see, is 8.69 acres to his 2.8 acre to make a total of 11.54 acres. But I heard all the questions. Is he making a non-conforming lot? And what we're not. It'd be our pleasure to give you that other square footage on this Hudson Road lot.
Right. Right, that's what we're asking, is that should be listed on this plan, is how much.
I understand, and if that thank you, I'm sorry for interrupting. If that, through the chairman, if that becomes a problem and we have to continue to get the linear feet, just have Jarvis give you that frontage.
Right.
It'd be our pleasure to go and do that. We apologize if that was the only question out there. The problem with this initial lot number, lot number one, it didn't have the required amount of upland. It had the area, but not the upland, when BC originally permitted this under wetlands. His error. And so then that expired, that order. Then when I received the project, we reflagged it, clearly saw that the frontage, that 150-foot frontage lot, although it works for Conservation Commission, it didn't have that required amount of upland. So that's when we took the time. It took us about a year to get it done, and then we added this backland. And totally now we have 707 feet of frontage. This itself is an additional 557 feet of frontage, that lot number two. But again, he goes all the way to around the bend of the road on your assessor's maps, but that's only a statement. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. We'll have to come back in if that's required to show you that additional linear feet on the road.
Okay.
Are you
And
putting in
also,
the,
yeah, and we will remove that Z, which does stand for combined. That's a
that-
standard.
okay, I'm not a surveyor. I interpreted by the statement on the plan that you were
there.
combining lots. Now, is this lot
Yes.
2 just added to this plan right now, or was it there?
Was it
Yeah,
existing?
No, we cut it out of an existing land that Mr. Kravosky owns with frontage both on Federal Hill and on Hudson Road. We added it to make the lot number one, which will now be this combined lot one, conforming to zoning, which having that 80% of 60,000 square feet, in which we can see by the plan, instead of 48,000 square feet, we added 67,000 square feet. So we're over what's required for contiguous upland. And we meet we believe the other zoning issues as far as obviously frontage and area. That's why this was done. It didn't have the required amount of upland initially with just lot one. Thank you.
Well, I can tell by the locus, you do have plenty of frontage beyond this lot 2.
Yes, sir.
But as Craig stated the thing the surveyor filled out,
Yes, sir.
they're supposed to list remaining frontage on a road so that the planning board can surmise that you will not landlock backland. I mean, we're trying
thank
to
you, sir.
avoid that, that's all.
Thank you, sir. We will,
So,
we're critical of Jarvis, and I don't mind saying it here and there, and for him not to, and I gave him that Form A, he has Form A. Obviously, he should know what to do, and for him not to get, and it took us a year and a half to get him out there, year plus. So now we've got another problem, but we'll have to go back to him and fill out the form with that last question. What's the remaining frontage, so that we show that the rest of the land still can, it's all, basically it's all wetland, so it doesn't conform. It won't make it for a lot, but it still should show you the frontage and then the area, as you're saying, of the, whatever that question is, we should answer the question. That's what the question's for. We'll have to go back to him and have him answer that question, and we'll ask for if this is appropriate. I mostly only do conservation, but we would ask for a continuance if that's what you do at this ZBA meeting, if that can be done.
right, I
I'm
mean,
not a stickler for it because I know you have the frontage just by looking at your locus plan. The other thing,
Yes.
if I was the surveyor, I would have put lots 1 and 2 in bold color
Yep.
or something showing
Yep.
where it stood on it. But I see the 4 lots going along the road. And
Yes, sir.
he owns all the frontage up to those 4 lots, and they're way off this paper, so I know you have plenty of frontage. Okay,
There is plenty of frontage there. I'm looking at the assessors also, on one of my applications for conservation. I had it here, so yes, it does make it. And we're confident of that, but we want to answer the question. If the question can be answered, again, I don't come in front of ZBAs, but once every couple of years, if that, if the question can be filled out in the form after the fact, we'll do whatever the commission wants, the board wants, we're going to do. That's all I can say.
So I guess we're looking for the remaining frontage on Hudson Road. And we're
Yes,
also
sir.
looking for a clear definitive of lots 1 and 2 on the plan. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Jeff, I don't think this is a reason to have
No, I
them
don't, I mean,
postpone or delay or anything.
no, okay,
I agree with Norman. It's kind of one of these things. On the other hand, you know, he is critical of his own surveyor that he filled out the form and didn't put the stuff on there. He acknowledges that. I just think it's a simple thing of what they're trying to do.
all right.
I do know they have plenty of frontage for that back land.
And again, just by approving this doesn't mean we're saying anything is buildable or not
That's
buildable.
correct. That's
Well,
correct.
yeah. Thank you again, sir. I think it actually states that on the plan. He says under the bottom, just above approval on the planning board endorsement is not a determination as to conformance with the
Correct.
zoning bylaws. I guess that you're not planning board either, so I'm wondering. But
Well, we are
zoning board
planning
approved endorsement is not determination to conform.
Okay.
I have it.
This is the planning board, Glenn.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, right. This is the planning board. Oh,
Nice
Yes,
job,
this
Glenn.
is.
Yes.
I have to get in front of you guys more often. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
Rich, I have a comment, and kudos for Craig for picking this up, but would it be, maybe Tony should look into this, because I really don't see any reason why they have to put it on the plan. It's up to them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it is a technicality, but it is one of the requirements. Why don't we find out why it's on there? And if we don't feel we need it, let's get rid of it. That's all. Because I agree with you and Jeff. I have no reason to hold this up, but by the same token, it is a little issue here, and I think we can clear it up.
Well, our form is based upon the state A&R
Aha,
process, and that's why all this stuff is listed.
okay,
And Jarvis Surveying should know better, quite frankly. And
absolutely.
they should have put it on there. I don't care how it fell on their paper. They could have put the note on there. And it would have put all this to
Absolutely.
bed. They're
All
check
right,
marking it
so what
off
you're
like
saying
they
is-
did it, but they didn't do it.
Change it, and that's fine. But I do
Yeah.
give Craig credit for picking it up, but I agree with you. I don't think it's a major issue.
And
Especially if you, we got a key there where so many feet per inch, we can even, you know,
Right.
do our
You
own thing.
you can get the gist of what they're trying to do
Yeah.
with that lot. I mean,
Okay.
you can see the reasoning why, so. All right,
All right.
And-
I recommend that we vote this as a plan not requiring subdivision approval.
I'll second.
all in favor of the plan, I'll call for, I vote yes.
I vote yes.
Norman,
Votes yes.
Craig,
I'll abstain.
okay, Dale,
Yes.
Christine,
Yes.
okay, motion carried.
Hey, don't forget Roger. He did show up.
Oh,
Roger's
sorry,
here,
Roger,
yeah.
sorry,
Hi, Roger.
sorry, I'm sorry, Roger, did
Roger
Yes.
came in.
you mean, okay, okay. Motion carried,
All right.
okay.
What follow-up would you want from us, if any?
Well,
We don't
again,
need any right now, but if you ever bring this plan back, I suggest you fix that. I
yeah.
would suggest you fix.
Thank you very much, and we
Yeah,
shall.
I would, yeah, I'd same thing, I'd echo Rich, get that fixed now, so it is on record.
I mean, the
When
point
it
is,
goes
on
back-
your point, he checked something off as done on a thing that wasn't done, so.
Yeah.
You might want to point that out to him.
Oh, we'll be emailing it on the phone tomorrow, because we don't like being held up, and we definitely like everything to be correct. So when we're here one time and one time only,
Right.
what conservation mostly, but in any board, we want to be satisfying. And Jarvis has been around for years. You know, again, he should have known these little things. And that's all I can say. He was paid, so he should know.
And,
Well, that's two different.
You're depending upon him.
and Mr. Chairman, if I may, the applicant may want to make a notation on the Mylar when it does get recorded. The registry, if it is an issue of concern, the registry will reject the A&R plan, and then you'll come back
Okay.
before us. But just so you know.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
we thank you.
Okay,
I mean,
Okay.
if you
Well-
want to, if you want to take it back and add that note and reprint out the Mylar and bring it before we sign it, that'd be your best bet if you could do that.
Yeah.
Turn it around in a couple days and get that done.
If I could, through to Mary, please, through the chairman, I'll, if possible, I'll pick up the Mylar at your convenience tomorrow. I'll call Mr. Jarvis in the morning and we'll get it back in his hands and for revision on that point. So I'm gonna get, when I do go in front of him, I'm gonna get rid of the Z, combine this as one lot and make a note on how much frontage is remaining of lot 2. That the remaining frontage. Oh, basically answer the question that you said was on the form.
Yes, yep. Yeah, give me a
Okay.
call anytime, Glenn.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
Have a good night, Glenn.
okay, Richard.
yes, I was
I'll-
going to say, it's all, and thank you very much. Good night. Appreciate it.
Richard, I'll turn the
Bye-bye.
meeting back over to you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a public hearing, 13 Ashworth Drive. Application for a special permit, applicant Derek Thomas, Incremental Developers LLC, and the owner is Tracy A. and Seth A. Cluter for an accessory in-law apartment. Detached structure. I'll first read the public hearing notice. Pursuant to the provisions of Oxford zoning bylaw, chapter 3, subsection 3.9, apartments dash accessory slash in-law. The planning board will hold a remote public hearing using the Zoom application on Monday, January 11th, 2021 at 7:05 PM for a special permit application submitted by Derek Thomas of Incremental Developers LLC to allow for the construction and occupancy of a detached structure for use as an in-law apartment on a lot with an existing single-family dwelling on property located at 13 Ashworth Drive, North Oxford, Mass. In an R4 residential zoning district owned by Tracy A. Cluter and Seth A. Cluter by deed recorded in the Worcester District Registry of Deeds, Book 41-264, page 35, and shown on Assessors Map 3, Parcel A 08.01. The application and plans may be reviewed upon request that the town clerk or the land management department. Anyone desiring to be heard on this matter should join in on the Zoom meeting or submit written comments before the date of the public hearing to the planning board. We did receive a couple pieces of correspondence from Judy Lochner of the Conservation Commission, RE 13 Ashworth Drive special permit application. There is a wetland to the south of this lot, but the proposed new building location is more than 100 feet away, so no permit is needed by conservation. And we received an email, which I didn't print out, Mary. Maybe you can read it. It was from the Board of Health.
I don't think I have the email, but I have the last.
yeah.
Um,
It was about the Title V.
yes, you want me to read that?
Yeah.
All right, so to the planning board from the Board of Health dated January 5th, 2021. Oh, wait a minute. Make sure I'm reading the right one. Okay. Sorry, just January 7th,
That's the
2021.
one, yeah.
Dear Planning Board members, the Board of Health, along with the Title V Inspector, have reviewed the application for a special permit of proposed construction and occupancy of an in-law apartment in new construction detached structure property located at 13 Ashworth Drive, Oxford, Mass. Submitted by Derek Thomas of Incremental Developers LLC. Important Title V information on the last page from McClure Engineering. The Title V agent, Stephen Donatelli, offered the following information and requests. The only criteria that should be included is a Title V inspection on the existing septic system. This should be performed in a passing report submitted to the Board of Health to ensure that the existing septic system is functioning in a proper manner. These, together would certify adequate provisions have been made to accommodate the required disposal of sewage and drainage waste discharging from the facility. If this project is approved, the Board of Health reserves the right to review and comment as it proceeds forward.
And the Title V attached paperwork showed the existing septic system passed and met the approval of the Board of Health, I believe.
Yep, so for the record, we are in receipt of a Title V report dated January 8th, 2021, and it's a passing Title V report.
Okay. First off, do the board members have any question about this?
I mean,
I'll be quite frank. I told it to Derek when they submitted it last meeting. I'll say it to you, Scott. This does affect the resale value of your property, I believe, because it's a detached building that's attached to all your amenities, like your septic system and whatnot. Unlike what most uses are, they're incorporated into the house. They convert their garage or whatever. And it becomes just the single family home with an apartment for your in-laws. This is just going to be another building on your lot that you're going to end up encumbering your property, because the owner of that house is always going to be the owner of that in-law apartment building. So even though if you don't have your in-laws there, you can use it as an apartment, but you're going to have to continue to live there. I guess that's what it's not that this is a dividable piece of property that's standing on its own. It's going to be incorporated in your lot. I just want you to be aware of that. That's all. It's going to just, I think it just encumbers your single family house. That was my only comment about it. Normally, when we have in-law apartments, again, they're either over a detached garage, whereas it looks like a garage with an upper level, or they're within the main house itself. So you can hardly tell it's there. But I see what you're doing. I just wanted you to be aware of that. That's all.
Appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
Everything looked good on our end. I didn't see anything that encumbered this project. Anyone want to speak to any issue?
I have no issues with it, Rich.
yeah, I have no issues.
I got no issues. Yeah, no.
No, none here.
Straightforward.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yeah.
Just for clarity, through you to the applicant.
Yeah.
My question here is with respect to the proposed floor plan, A.2 is shown as a proposed floor plan, but then subsequent in the filing, there is another proposed floor plan that is it looks to be slightly larger. I could be in error, but if the applicant or the applicant's architect could explain to us which floor plan are they proposing here?
Tony, this is Derek here. Sorry. So what I'm looking for, or excuse me, what I'm looking at is a plan set for SPGA review. A2, sheet A2 you're referencing?
Yes.
And
then
you're saying you have two different layouts on the floor plan?
yes. So then 8.3 shows the exterior elevation, which makes aligns well with the proposed floor plan. Then there's a communication from engineering. Then after that, there is another proposed floor plan.
So to clarify what that is the floor plan that is the one after the engineering report. That was an original concept that the septic review company had and needed in order to attach it to say, yes, it's going to be a 1-bedroom. So we'll certify that it's a 1-bedroom, not a 3-bathroom or whatever. So the change in A2 is, the one that we've submitted in the main plan set is correct. Mainly the big changes, the rear egress is required because you have an egress through a garage per building code. So we had to add that rear egress and we kind of changed around the closet a little bit more. I know in the bylaws, the big number is 800 square feet. Anything over that really needs to obviously go through the SPGA here and is really determined on, if it's for an in-law or elderly, in which case, here it is for the in-laws. The square footage might only be, a few square feet more. Definitely not going over 830, 850, anything like that, regardless of any bump outs or changes in the actual layout of the floor plan.
Thank you. So I just wanted us to take note of that. So should this be approved tonight, that the plan of record would reflect A2 as opposed to the other plan sheet. That's all.
Yep, absolutely. And we'll I think these ones are also marked off as design dev and for a city submittal. So yeah, I'll make sure it's updated and then, for a construction issue for building.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I had.
Okay,
If there's nothing else, Rich, I'll make a motion that we approve this plan for the accessory apartment, provided they go with the plan that's labeled A2 on their application.
I'll second it.
can I interrupt you for a minute, Norman? Let's please close the public hearing first.
Oh, okay. I make a motion, we close the public hearing.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second it.
Seconded by Dale. Okay, further discussion? There being none, I vote aye. Jeff,
I vote aye.
Norman,
Norman votes aye.
Greg? Okay, you were muted, but I saw the lips move. I know he said aye.
Nod your head.
Thumbs up, okay. And Dale?
Yes,
Aye. And Christine?
Aye.
Roger?
Aye.
Okay, carried unanimously. All right, Norman,
All right,
sorry
let me
to
try-
interrupt. Go ahead.
Let's see if I can say the same thing twice in a row.
All
I
right,
make a motion that we approve this plan for the accessory apartment for 13 Ashworth Drive. And it's based on the plan that they submitted, which is labeled as A2.
Second that.
okay, and it's been seconded by Roger. Further discussion? There being none? I vote aye. Jeff?
I vote aye.
Norman?
Yes.
Yes. Greg?
Aye.
Dale?
aye.
Christine?
Yes.
And Roger?
Aye.
Carried unanimously. Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
All
it.
right.
And thank you again, Mary, for all the help.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Next on the agenda, minutes. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes of December 14th, 2020.
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second it.
And Christine seconded it.
Yep.
Okay, further discussion? There being none, I vote aye. Jeff?
I vote aye.
Norman votes aye.
Aye. Greg?
Aye.
Dale?
Abstain.
Christine?
Aye.
Roger?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, next item on the agenda, any old business? I just want to bring up one. And I don't know if it was a problem when we had that severe rainstorm a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago. Anyways, 608 Main Street. Last thing I remember last fall was there was a certified mail went to the owner of the whoever's in charge of that property to talk to DPW regarding the detention basin. I know it's only a portion of the size it used to be.
It looks like they put some pea stone over it or something like that. It's still filled in and it's flat.
Anyway, I do know those things work because right down on my street, there's one that's, almost 5 feet deep,
Yeah.
pretty big. And after that rainstorm, it was up to within a foot of the top. So I know they work, okay? And I can't imagine with what they did over there, there
No.
wasn't flow onto Main Street. Anyway, that occurred before Tony was around. I don't know if he can take a look at the plans on there and try to get something done to fix that. I don't know.
Sure, I'll be happy to take a look. 608 Main Street, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
They had a
basically what
plan,
did-
they had a plan and they had a pretty good sized detention basin close to Route 12, Main Street.
yes.
And they did some landscaping late summer, early fall. That looked like it just filled most of it in.
Yep.
And some members of this board have always been concerned about that. And with good reason, I think, because that water had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do know that a certified letter went to him. But Mary, do you know anything about whatever happened?
I don't, I'd have to reach out to DPW and see if they've heard anything. I haven't had an update.
I request Tony if you could get involved to check out the plan, what was
Sure.
approved and what's on the ground right now, and you're gonna find a stunning difference.
Yeah.
So,
Will do. I'll follow up tomorrow, see what the status is on it, what discrepancies there may be and what options we have.
okay. All right. Any new business? No? Okay, next we have a submission. 10 Old Webster Road, application for site plan review and approval. Applicant is Rick Senecal, the principal architect for IPG Photonics Corp. For construction of a new warehouse addition and associated paving, parking, driveways, stormwater management system and retaining wall. Of course, I don't have any information on that, Mary, so we didn't get any in our packets, right?
I should have sent you the entire.
Wait a minute, I got
application.
something.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Good size plan.
yeah.
Hey, yeah, no, I got it. I'm sorry. I lost it in my paperwork. Okay, how do you propose, we've got a completed form, everything's in order. Last time we went for a third-party review.
It's going for a third-party review from stormwater management through conservation.
Is that what we want to do again, Mary?
It makes sense to me, because it has to go through the Conservation Commission for stormwater. Stormwater's, I believe, having Graves Engineering review it.
Okay.
This is more of a storage building than any kind of a technical or manufacturing building. So I think we're okay with just the stormwater going to third party. Does that sound right, Tony?
Yes, I'm shaking my head. I agree. I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. Well, since everything's in order, entertain a motion to schedule a public hearing for stormwater management.
Actually, just site plan
site
for
plan.
planning board.
Yeah.
So we could
Oh, we don't-
schedule that
Doing back to back.
We can
for
do
the
them back to-
25th.
When's the conservation gonna be done?
Their public hearing opens on the 20th.
We're scheduled for their meeting on the 20th.
Do you anticipate to have third-party comments by the 20th, Rick?
We've asked Judy to, because this is a pretty expedited project for us.
Okay. And did it go to Graves Engineering?
Yeah, she just sent me their proposal today, so I just gotta.
Okay.
We approve the proposal that she sent.
Okay, because typically they say they have, I think, 10 days or up to 21 days to review.
Yeah, well, we told Judy that it needed to be expedited.
Okay,
Gotta get this building up pretty quick. We're losing 2 warehouse spaces in Dudley and at the space we rent at Goya at the end of April.
mm-hmm.
All right, well, why don't we go with the 25th? I mean, if we get comments back, we get comments back. I mean, if we don't, we may have to, continue it, but at least we'll have it on our agenda and can deal with it then. So we're just gonna have a regular agenda item since they're taking care of stormwater management, right? For the site plan. We don't need a public hearing for it.
He did pay for the public hearing.
Oh, trust me, it's okay. We can not have it. I'll give it to you. Consider it a donation.
I thought we were gonna be doing site plan, the stormwater management, but I could see why it's with conservation. It's right next to all the wetlands over there. I see that. No, we'll just have it as an agenda item, and if we get enough information back from the third-party review and everything else of the entire site, then we'll be able to act on it. If not, it'll just get continued.
Yeah, I mean, this addition is actually in an addition area that was already approved for Fabrico when Fabrico got their site plan approval when they built their original facility in 2005. So they had plans on their site plan approval for a 45,000 square foot building addition to the property. That was part of
Okay.
their original site plan approval.
And so Rick, that had a public hearing at that time?
It did.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think there's any need for a public hearing on our part for the site plan. It's it's business zone, it's in a business. Business developed area, it's in back of that business. It's not like it's impacting any neighbors.
The only thing I would say on that is how much more people is that warehouse going to be employing? And is it going to be, I'm just thinking about the increased traffic on the road.
Yeah, there was a question of that during the tech review. When we did the traffic study for Building 7, which is the one that we have under construction right now,
Right.
we had warehousing operations already at Oxford, at Old Webster Road. We actually moved them to Dudley and the Goya facility. So
Right.
we actually reduced the trafficking by sending those people there. We sent the 5 people who work in the warehouse to the Goya facility. The facility that we have in Dudley is just kind of a dead storage facility for us, so there's no trafficking for us. It's just where we store extra materials and we transport back and forth with our own truck from Dudley to Oxford site. So the amount of traffic that was identified in the study for Building 7 is the amount of traffic that will still be there
Okay.
once this comes back.
Okay.
And basically we're bringing, I mean, it's a 90,000 square foot warehouse, but there's 5 people that operate it.
Rich, I would go along with what you said. I don't think we need a public hearing.
Hey, Rich,
Yeah.
are we required to have a public hearing?
Not on a site plan alone. Stormwater management, yes, but conservation is holding a public hearing on that.
So site plans don't require a public hearing.
No. Not unless we feel that there's, let's say residential, something's going on within a residential neighborhood or something like that, but this is strictly business it's already a business. They're expanding their existing business.
So who checks parking requirements, access ways, radiuses, that sort of thing?
Third
Part of the
third party will.
But they're gonna check the stormwater management. Right?
Well-
Is that what Graves is gonna review the stormwater? Or are they doing the whole thing?
I do not believe they've been requested to review for the site plan, so that would be up to the board and staff.
Well, that's in lieu of a public hearing wouldn't cause Graves to do that either. Yeah, I think we need somebody to review the engineering done.
Rich, it's my understanding that Graves was gonna do the site plan review
That's what I
and the
thought.
stormwater man review. And that's why I don't feel as though we need a public.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Well, let's get verification of that from Graves, Mary. If you got to supplement what they've got through conservation, that's fine. Yeah, they're supposed to, the third party is supposed to review it for us because of the size of this project.
All right, I will check with Judy.
We just want to make sure that Graves is gonna be doing a review on the site plan as well.
You know, I just got I got the proposal from them. And it seems like it's a quote for the stormwater management peer review.
Okay, well, we need another supplement to that to say, third party review for site plan to our bylaw type thing. Make
Yeah.
sure that we got appropriate parking, make sure that impacts their stormwater management too, so.
Well, parking, we still have the 700 car parking garage that we're planning on building this year, so.
Good.
I'll entertain a motion to accept this submission, get third-party review for site plan conformance to our bylaws and coordinate with Conservation Commission regarding stormwater management. And just have this as an ongoing agenda item. No public hearing needed.
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Dale. Further discussion? There being none, all those voting in favor? I vote aye. Jeff?
I vote aye.
Norman votes yes.
Craig?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
And Christine?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Carried unanimously. All right, we'll see. We'll have it on our agenda on the 25th, Rick, and if we don't have all the information we need, it'll be just continued till we do, so.
So, Mary, you're gonna contact Graves or Judy or? do
I'm
I have
gonna
to-
contact Judy. I can reach out to Graves directly if you'd like.
Yeah, if you can, just so it can expedite the process. And
Okay,
I know that it needs to have an expedited review and we'll pay the additional fees. We need to
yeah,
have,
there may be additional fees.
we need to have the answer by the 25th meeting.
Okay, I'll reach out to Graves.
Okay, and when you're speaking to them tomorrow, can you just ask them the same thing on the stormwater, if they can do that, and if there's an additional fee for that? Just have them track it back through Judy. I'll send
Sure.
Judy an email as well tonight, just asking her if Graves can expedite their review so that it's ready for their meeting on the 20th, which would then make it ready for your meeting on the 25th.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
very good.
Thank you, sir. Okay, next item on the agenda, Planning Director Report. Tony?
Yes, good evening. So just a few notes here. A couple of things that are coming before us or maybe coming before us to the board, and just some general notices we've received as well. So I would want to let everybody know the Citizen Planner Training Collaboratives. You may recall, certainly I believe most have been to in the past, once a year over at Holy Cross in Worcester, annual meeting for planners. It is a great annual event. I've attended regularly as well. This year with everything going on, it has been canceled, but they will still be doing workshops throughout the spring. And we will be sending over to you folks if there's any interest. We do have funding to cover attendance in those workshops as well. Cover a whole array of topics from special permits, site plan review, rules, responsibilities, open space planning, and so on. folks may be interested. And again, happy to share with you all. February 11th, Thursday, February 11th, Master Plan Committee will have its first meeting of the year. I'm so looking forward to that. Roger and Norm and I met late December just to kind of get me up to speed, and I appreciate their guidance. And looking forward to that meeting on February 11th. And this is implementation of the master plan. The next item I have on here is of interest as well. Folks may have heard now this is at the state level, the Governor Baker's Economic Development Bill. It passed both the House and the Senate. And what I want to hone in on here is particularly, it is a economic development bill, covers many things from workforce training to small business help support. But there is a major component here too, for us planners and for our planning boards and so on to look at. You may recall at some point, and gosh, the years go by, but I would say in the last 3 or 4 years, there was a housing choice bill. And in essence, there's some components in there that were incorporated in this economic development bill. And most important, I thought, was relative to any proposed zoning amendments, zoning changes that pertain to housing, increasing affordable housing, could be ADU amendments to a town zoning change, could be cluster zoning, whatnot. Under this new bill would only require a simple majority vote at town meeting as opposed to the traditional 2/3. And again, would only pertain to a very limited area of zoning, and in this case, housing. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. It was Governor Baker's bill, as I introduced this housing choice in the economic development bill. It's currently before his desk. So any day now, if not even this evening, would expect some type of action from the governor on that. And so that will have implications, positive implications to those that wish to engage in zoning reform as it relates to affordable housing. It's something that advocates have been pushing for a long, long time. So now it sits before the governor's desk. So I just wanted to share that. And if there's anything else that I do receive, I will be happy to send over just for FYI. Going back to earlier this month, January 5th, we had a technical review meeting for a project at 580 Main Street. Mr. Farouk Ansari is proposing an apartment complex with 42 units, some affordable. Nothing has been filed yet, but I just wanted to let the board know the applicant may be seeking a comprehensive permit through 40B, meaning through the Zoning Board of Appeals. The comprehensive permit, ZBA has their own rules and regulations. I've come to learn was adopted back in 2004, but still valid, still important, and allows ZBA to do its own review, to engage in peer review, and so on. Had a good meeting to get everyone caught up to speed and to better understand what the applicant's proposal is. Does require also outside approval from the Army Corps, whereas there's an easement on the property, and locally would simply require ZBA approval, showing with comments from other boards and staff as well, which we will be looking to drill in on comments with respect to parking, building design, lighting, landscaping, and various amenities to the site, and how the site is connected with Main Street and with open space and so on. So we may be hearing more. As soon as I get more information, be happy to share with the board as well. And last thing, DLTA assistance. Over the weekend, we received notice from our regional planning authority. The district local technical assistance is now available, and they are seeking applications. At next meeting, I'll provide you with some more information. There's 4 category areas, perhaps of key interest: housing growth, activities related to the community compact, and the last one, activities to support regional efficiency. The town has been successful in the past receiving DLTA funding, particularly for the housing opportunity overlay most recently. And certainly within the areas of housing and growth primarily focus on economic development. Housing could carry a whole array, including one of the things that I'm researching right now is possibility of creating a housing production plan. And the housing production plan itself will help us tremendously as we try to increase our number of affordable units. So we're aligned with the state's subsidized housing inventory and give us some opportunity to better control housing developments, housing proposals that come before us, including 40B. So, Mr. Chairman, that's all that I have for updates. And on all of these different points here, once I get more information, be happy to send an email out to everyone. And certainly at the next meeting, I'll also have some more info with respect, as brought up today, with respect to 608 Main Street as well. And also have a meeting on Friday with respect to our stormwater ordinance with the folks over at DEP, and hope to have some more information as well. All in preparation, has been working with other departments here, and looking forward to working with Master Plan Committee and thinking, and with this board, thinking of different items perhaps we could propose for town meeting this year and for future meetings as needed. So thank you.
Thanks, Tony. One thing we've been kicking the can down the road for quite a bit now is since we got Ken Sellers here from the fire department, is access to lots and meeting the fire department's code for access. We have a disconnect between our subdivision control rules and regulations and how developers are supposed to handle that access. Right now, there's nothing in writing that we have in our rules and regulations, and it comes to a surprise to them when the captain comes in and says, "Oh, we need a turnaround. We need a grade not to exceed 8%. We need so much width and everything else." And it's something I think that should be incorporated in our either a bylaw or within the subdivision control rules and regulations or whatever. At the time, it was going to be presented by DPW. Is that correct, Ken? You were working with
Yeah,
DPW.
originally I started working with Jared, and then Jared unfortunately left us, and that left me with, it was just Sean and I. And to be quite honest with you, nothing ever came of it. It's been put on paper. It just needs approval. Now that Jared's back, I was hoping to be able to sit with Jared and probably pick it up again. But now that we have Tony as well, I'd like to get Tony involved in that, because there are, I mean, Mr. Senecal was just on here talking about building a new building, and, you know, that's going to affect our access to that building. So we do need to finish that up and get it on the town warrant.
Okay, I understand the town warrant is open, and it's open through, I don't know, what is it, Mary? Through March? Is it through March?
March.
Yeah. So we got 6 weeks to get something accomplished on that, so we can get it on.
March 30th.
Yeah, so we can get it on the May town warrant. So I'd like to get that straightened out so that when developers come in here, you know, they know what they have to meet as far as the access to their property.
Yeah, residential's is usually not really that big of a deal unless you're, you know, you're asking for, you know, a 300-foot driveway with a 10% grade off of an already 8% grade hill.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, the Dudley Road one, that was kind of an issue. You know, anything that's got a long driveway with a lot of frontage in it can be problematic for us. But the industrial portion of it is a greater need because those buildings are usually a lot bigger.
Well, I'm happy to join in and work on this too, and so we can get this teed up for town meeting. So
Okay,
Looking forward to it.
I'll speak with the chief tomorrow and see if we can put something together and maybe we can get a Zoom meeting between you, the chief, myself, and Jared. And see if
Awesome.
we can brainstorm something.
that'd be great.
Okay. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Like to tie it up so that the people, when they're designing these things, have everything they need to design it right the first time.
Yes, agreed.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Anyone have anything else?
Yes, I do, actually, under
Okay.
old business, back to old business.
Okay.
51 Brown Road was approved for stormwater management, I think back in 2018. And the new owners would like to be able to move into the house. I believe all of the stormwater components are in, but we don't have an as-built yet. So typically, the planning board would have to look at the as-built and approve it in order to recommend an occupancy permit to the building inspector. So the builder is not here, but the homeowner is here.
Okay.
So I did invite them to the meeting to plead their case that they might be looking, that they'd like to have a temporary occupancy. And I don't know the time frame for getting the as-built. The developer didn't convey that directly to me. So I'll let Mr. Lockwood speak.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Let's step
wondering.
down for this, Rich.
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
So this is Sharon Lockwood. My husband is here with me. We have been told that the as-built should be done within 2 weeks for the storm drainage. The engineer was up there today. We are hoping to get the temporary occupancy. We are temporarily in an apartment that has been rented out to someone else, so my landlord kind of needs us to get out of there if possible. Everything at the house is done, it's complete, it's livable, has heat, everything's been signed off on. We're just hoping that we can hopefully get in. Thank you.
Okay, all the access is complete,
Yes. Everything is
Okay.
complete.
so I'm
The building inspector.
okay with giving them a temporary occupancy permit. Oh, Ken? Yeah,
I did my final inspection there a couple weeks ago. The house is complete. It's ready to move into.
Thank you, Ken.
And the building inspector's been up there and signed off on everything?
Not yet, waiting for planning board recommendation.
Okay,
Everybody else has signed off.
okay. Also, all the electrical,
yeah, yeah. If everything is done and all you're waiting for is as-built, but
yeah,
what is it with these developers? They know they need an as-built before they can allow people to live in the,
I don't have a problem.
okay. Entertain a motion to notify the building inspector that he could issue a temporary occupancy permit for,
I think 60
I don't know,
days-
what do you,
60 days,
yeah, let's 60 days. I'm hoping your 2 weeks is accurate, but we'll give you 60 days,
Yeah.
I'm
okay?
hoping it's accurate too.
Yeah, I will give you 60 days, but you're gonna need that as-built to get your pure occupancy permit.
Oh, I'm
Anyway.
on them, don't you worry.
all right.
All right.
I'll make that a
Jeff,
motion.
you made that motion? Seconded by Dale. Further discussion? Unmute.
Rich, do we have any idea what the status of this drainage is? Because you just talked about the guy on Main Street drainage issue. Wasn't there a guy that came in on Millbury Road that we put it off so we could have somebody look at it before we,
Yes,
before we granted that? I mean,
we did grant the temporary occupancy, or you did. The planning board recommended temporary occupancy.
but wasn't there a delay of a couple weeks before, like one meeting, then the next meeting we granted the temporary? We
I don't
had some-
believe,
Somebody went out and looked at it
Yeah.
from this office or somewhere,
I believe DPW went out and looked at it,
right?
but that was in preparation for having it on the agenda.
Right. All right,
And again, we're still just doing a temporary, it's not a permanent, if there's an issue.
This,
so
I-
again, after they're in the house, if there's an issue, you're gonna,
Right.
you'll go over and help them
Yeah.
pack, right?
Yeah.
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 Just bringing it up. I mean,
Okay.
if you have, you were talking
Trying
about
to be, we're
drainage on.
trying to, as a board, I try to be neighborly,
Right.
you know? I'd hate to, I don't like to do any of this. That's why I made the motion, the mention that the person who built the home, that's gonna sell the home, knows he needs to supply a as-built plan prior to any occupancy of that building.
Right.
Doesn't seem to be their priority. Okay, but these people are in an apartment that they're basically being told to get the hell out because you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to help.
Builder didn't put an as-built plan in a timely manner, basically.
I don't know. If I was gonna go into that house under a temporary occupancy permit, I'd keep some money out. I wouldn't pay the guy until he gets it done.
Right.
That's the bottom line. I mean, that, you need some leverage of your own. We're just trying to, cut you a break, but
Right.
can't do it for everybody either. I mean, that's why we went from 30 to 60.
Would you feel better with a
The
30 day?
30.
Because I'm willing to do a 30 day and just
Oh,
get him,
It's the same difference to us. You're gonna
Right.
need a full occupancy permit.
right.
right, understood.
You know, in the end, that's what you need, but the temporary will get the building inspector there, he'll sign off so you can stop moving your stuff in, whatever.
Right.
But
thank
if
you.
there is a problem, you may be in between this problem. Okay?
Understood.
Understood.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, I vote for the temporary occupancy. Jeff,
I vote for the temporary occupancy.
Greg,
I'll abstain.
okay, Dale,
yes,
Christine,
I'm gonna abstain.
and Roger.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it carries, okay, with some distress, but that's the way it goes. I mean, there's gonna be more, I'm sure. They don't
Thank
think of
you,
the
I
paperwork.
appreciate it.
They
Thank
don't
you
think,
so much.
they don't think of the paperwork until after it's
Yeah.
too late.
I just want to go on, so Richard, I just want to go on record that I know Sharon, so that's why I'm abstaining.
Thanks, Christine.
Thanks. Chris.
Okay, just want to clarify that. Thank you.
That's fine, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, it passed.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Protect
Good luck,
yourself.
Sharon.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
We
much.
appreciate it.
Okay. Anything else, Mary?
Guys
I do
miss
not
me?
have anything else.
I missed you, Norman,
Good.
but I didn't ask for you to do anything in an empty chair over there.
And I was good at it, wasn't I?
Yeah,
I
you
just,
were.
I just have one thing. Mary, have you heard anything on Route 20, the Route 20 project at all? From-
I have not.
Nothing, I mean, it's been what, almost, I'd say, what, 6-7 months since they've,
Which Route 20 project?
the big project going up the hill. There's a- Are they still waiting for the Route 20 work to be done, or
I'm sorry, Jeff, what?
are they waiting for the Route 20 for the state to come in and do?
I'm not 100% sure. I know that
They're setting up a
Jared
gravel
Duval.
pit up there.
Jared Duval mentioned that he met with him recently, Eastland Partners recently, so
Yeah.
we can reach out to Jared and find
Yeah.
out.
Find out what's just.
They're
just-
trying to
Tony,
set up a
Tony,
gravel
Tony,
pit.
do you know anything
They're
about
trying to
what's
set-
going on up there?
So we'll have an update. Jared was planning on scheduling a meeting either later this week or early next week regarding Eastland. So I'll definitely have an update, more info
Thank
on
you.
what the status is.
Rich,
Is anything,
Tony, please, just a reminder, Tony, these are the people that were gonna talk to us about working on our cluster development, because we
the
wanna
open
try to
space.
work with Something on them.
Yes.
And you talk about the next town meeting, before you know it, I'm not saying it has to be done there, but that was one of the issues that we had talked about. So
Yes,
just your own information.
thank you.
So is there any construction going on up there or anything?
Oh, they're starting to set up a conveyor system and a gravel processor, and they've been blasting up there. They have
Oh,
blasted. it.
geez.
They
Okay.
haven't? They haven't blasted?
They have not blasted up there. They have no blasting.
The hole is a lot bigger. I don't know if all that was loose before, but I'm telling you.
They're definitely not blasting, and if they are blasting, then I'm gonna have a problem because they don't have a permit to blast.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Okay, they did blast around there, so maybe there was enough loose that they could get down, but my God, they've cut in about 40 feet into that side of that hill, so.
And I
they've
just
been
have a question.
Processing some gravel out of it.
So it isn't part of this whole project though, is the widening of Route 20. So
Yeah.
do we know when that's starting?
That's a state-driven project. I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know where they stand.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll come back with a full update on that too. Because I know there's been some updates through DPW and so on. So I'm happy to get all the info for the next meeting on that one.
One other thing, Tony, one of the issues they were working with on the state is we wanted to have a traffic light
Yep.
on the new entrance, and
Mhm.
last
Yeah.
time we asked the state, I asked at a meeting, I said, well, we're working on it, so means probably nothing's been done. So you might want to follow up on that. That was an issue that we made very clear to them, that we, at some point, we would like to have a traffic light there, and that was supposed to be taken care of. The developer was gonna pay for it, whatever, we just need an update on it.
Sure, sure.
Tony, that was part of the agreement. They were gonna give us regular updates on what was going on, and, it's been too long since we've heard anything.
Yeah, okay.
A
So
long time.
okay, understood. No, it makes sense. I get it. I totally get it now.
They'll use the same excuse everybody else does, it's COVID.
All right, Christine.
Oh, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. I'm sorry.
I would like to second that motion.
Hey, we got a
Thank you,
motion,
Norman.
it's
I
been seconded.
appreciate that.
My pleasure. You have my support 100%.
Okay,
Sounds
all those
good.
voting in favor, I say aye. Jeff,
Aye.
Norman,
Yes.
Greg,
Aye.
Dale,
Aye.
Christine,
Aye.
Roger,
Aye.
carried
You want me to
unanimously.
say aye from now on? You sound like a bunch of pirates, but that's okay.
Aye.
That's all right. Yes or aye, it doesn't matter. It's the
Okay.
same thing.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
Everyone have a
Be
good
well.
one.
Good night.
In 2 weeks.